South Louisiana Quiz Bowl Online is made possible by the generous support of these sponsors. MC Bank, sharing the hometown spirit since 1955. Lapco Manufacturing, modern industrial workwear. Barker Honda, Martin Luther King Boulevard in Houma. It's better at Barker. Houma Paint and Industrial Supply, proud supporter of education in the Bayou region. DHD Offshore Services, personnel for inshore and offshore projects. DHD, a workforce that soars. Hello and welcome once again to South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. E.D. White, Vanderbilt Catholic, and Berwick are our first three varsity semifinalists of this year's tournament. And today, South Lafourche and Thibodaux will battle for the fourth and final spot in the semifinals. So good luck to both teams. Let's get into it with rapid fire. This is potpourri. Could be anything. Good luck. Geographically, what word can precede Mitchell, Shasta, Etna, or Everest? Cameron.
Mountain.
That's right. What popular poem begins, "Once upon a midnight dreary"? That's the Raven, not in time, sorry. In what year did Lewis and Clark begin their famous expedition? Adrian.
1804.
That's right. What legume is most associated with George Washington Carver and Jimmy Carter? Ada.
Peanut.
That's right. For what musical instruments is the Stradivari family most Drew?
Violin.
That's right. Which constitutional amendment gives you the right to bear arms? Harold.
Second.
That's right. Ammonia and laughing gas are both compounds of this gas. Element number, Harold?
11.
No, element number 7 is nitrogen. In J.R. Tolkien's The Return of the King, who is the king? Drew.
Aragorn.
That's right. This is the square-topped hat worn by graduating students. Harold.
Cap.
No, it's a mortarboard. That's the end of the round. Let's take a moment and let the players introduce themselves. We'll start with South Lafourche.
My name is Drew Como. This is my fourth year in Quiz Bowl. I'm a junior. Outside Quiz Bowl, I do band, winter guard, and robotics. And my favorite music genre is progressive jazz fusion.
My name is Cameron Sanamo. This is my 7th year in Quiz Bowl. Other than Quiz Bowl, I'm in band and science and math club. My favorite book is Ender's Game.
Hi, my name is Ada Plazos. I'm a senior. This is my 6th year in Quiz Bowl, and I'm in Quiz Bowl. I'm in math and science, NHS, and student council, and my favorite book is 5 Feet Apart.
Hi, my name is Ethan Keith. This is my 3rd year in Quiz Bowl. I'm a 9th grader. Other than Quiz Bowl, I do tennis and band, and my favorite book is Maze Runner.
Cameron is the team captain. Tell us about South Lafourche.
South Lafourche High School has built a legacy of preparing students academically since 1966. South Lafourche High School implements values of determination and diligence in every one of its students, and has maintained these values despite hardships faced. We would like to thank Allison Tassel, Annie Jo Adams, Coach Adams, Chris Hunter, and KWBJ for this amazing opportunity.
Thank you, Cameron. Thank you to the faculty sponsor, Miss Annie Jo Adams. Let's welcome back South Lafourche High School. And let's meet the players for Thibodaux.
Hi, my name is Owen. I'm a junior, and outside of Quiz Bowl, I do beta, student council, and band.
Hi, my name is Harold Bro. I'm a senior at Thibodaux High, and besides Quiz Bowl, I'm in multiple service clubs, band, and tennis.
Hi, my name is Jaden Wagaspak. I'm a junior. This is my 4th year in Quiz Bowl, and besides Quiz Bowl, I do beta and theater.
Hi, my name is Adrian. I'm a junior at Thibodaux High, and outside of Quiz Bowl, I do band, beta, National Honor Society, and a bunch of other stuff.
Let's hear more about Thibodaux from team captain Harold Bro.
With high expectations and renewed sense of Tiger pride, Thibodaux High School's mission is to actively facilitate the academic and social development of all students through a large host of rigorous academics and extracurricular activities.
Thank you, Harold. Thank you to the faculty sponsor, Mr. Wade Rodriguez. Let's welcome back Thibodaux High School. All right, time for the toss-up bonus round. We start with a 2-point toss-up. Symbolized by a rhythm played by bassoon and pizzicato strings in the second movement of Haydn's 101st Symphony, this thing provides its nickname. What is this mechanical device? Drew.
Metronome?
No, sorry, Thibodaux. Owen.
Ostinato.
No, and you were close on metronome, but it is a clock. It's the clock symphony. 2-point toss-up. It issued condemnations of Protestant heresies and clarifications of church doctrine. Held in northern Italy in the mid-1500s, what meetings shaped the Counter-Reformation and rejuvenated Roman Catholicism in much of Europe? Ada.
Worms.
No, sorry. Thibodaux? It was the Council of Trent. 2-point toss-up. Which European country has decided to stop burning coal to generate electricity by 2038 at the latest, as it tries to slow down the rate at which it creates greenhouse gases? Harold?
United Kingdom.
No, sorry. South Lafourche? Drew?
Germany.
It is Germany. Bonus question for South Lafourche. We are in foreign languages here. What 8-letter French word means sir or mister?
Monsieur?
That's correct. What is the official English translation of the Spanish film title Abre el Ojo?
Orange Magic?
No, sorry. Thibodaux? Your answer?
Eat orange.
No, it is open your eyes. South Lafourche, in French, what word comes after amour to mean self-love or vanity?
I defer to Ada.
Sham.
No, sorry. Thibodaux?
Me.
No, it's propre. Propre. 2 points for South Lafourche. We'll go to a 2-point toss-up. A similarly named route traverses the Canadian Arctic archipelago, while this one crosses the Barents Sea. Climate change and melting ice has opened up what shipping route between Europe, Drew?
Northwest Passage.
That's incorrect. Between Europe and the Pacific. Thibodaux? Harold?
The Northern Sea.
No, it's the Northeast Passage. 2-point toss-up. Widely used as international currency in the 18th century, silver coins called pieces of 8 were produced by what country? Harold?
Spain.
That's correct. Bonus for Thibodaux. Finish the sentence. In any big company, employees can be classified as either management or what?
Staff.
Labor.
That's correct. A line segment where two faces of a solid figure meet is called an... Your answer?
Vertex.
It's incorrect. South Lafourche?
Intersection?
No, an edge. Thibodaux, the protagonist of Midnight's Children by Solomon Rushdie, is born at the moment of India's what?
Independence.
That's correct. 4 points for Thibodaux. We'll go to a 2-point toss-up. What former U.S. senator said the following? Human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights once and for all. Harold?
Pelosi.
No, sorry. South Lafourche? Drew?
Anthony.
No, it was Hillary Clinton. 2-point toss-up. Also known as the Moirae by the Greeks, they had enormous power. In mythology, Clotho spun the thread, Lachesis determined it. Cameron?
Sisters of Fate?
That's right, the Fates. Bonus question for South Lafourche. Famous front pages complete the headline with the name of a city. April 19th, 1906, blank earthquake.
San Francisco.
That's correct. April 20th, 1995, blank bombing.
Atlanta?
No, sorry.
Defer to Jaden.
Oklahoma City.
That's correct. South Lafourche, August 27th, 1940, blank bombed.
Pearl Harbor.
No, sorry. Thibodaux?
Defer to Adrian.
Berlin.
No, not Berlin. London. 2 points for each team on that. Here's a 2-point toss-up. Israel's Knesset, the legislature of every Canadian province, and the state legislature of Nebraska are described by what adjective indicating they only have one house or chamber? Owen?
Unicameral.
That's correct. Bonus for Thibodaux. American government is the category. What is the U.S. government equivalent to the German chancellor?
Defer to Adrian.
Speaker.
No, sorry. South Lafourche?
No.
President?
It is the president. Thibodaux, when bills are introduced in the House of Representatives, what 2-letter abbreviation precedes the bill's number?
IN.
Sorry, no. South Lafourche?
PN.
No, it's HR. Thibodaux, identify the title of the Senate's advisor on the interpretation of rules and procedures.
Supreme Justice.
No, sorry, South Lafourche. Your answer?
Speaker.
No, it's the parliamentarian. 2 points for South Lafourche, and that is the end of the round. We have a new player in the game who has written in real tiny letters for South Lafourche. Go ahead.
My name is Corbin Mallard. I'm a senior. I've been in Quiz Bowl for 4 years, and besides from Quiz Bowl, I'm a marathon runner, and I'm currently enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. And my favorite book is the Bible.
Thank you, Corbin. Welcome to the game. South Lafourche leading Thibodaux as we continue on with some 2-point toss-ups. Now under the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, it began as a summer initiative to help kids catch up. What federally funded preschool program was started, Owen?
No Kid Left Behind.
No, sorry. It was started in 1965 to help low-income children in America. Ada?
Head Start.
That's correct. When covering walls and ceiling of a room that measures 24 by 32 feet with 8-foot ceilings, how many 4 by 12 feet sheets of sheetrock would it take, assuming a perfect world with no scrap? Harold?
4.
No, sorry. South Food? I'll give it to you. It's 35. The Russian version is GLONASS, and the EU completed Galileo in 2016. What system of 31 orbiting satellites called the Constellation uses general relativity for precise location of objects on Earth? Drew?
GPS.
That's right. The premiere of John Cage's 4 minutes 33 seconds featured this instrument. Cage's other piece for this instrument included preparing, Harold?
Piano.
That's right. Give your answer in radian measurement. It's the maximum value in the range of the arc sine function. An angle of this size is between the first and second quadrants. What is this number? The radian equivalent of a 90-degree angle. Drew?
Pi/2.
That's correct. And that is the end of the round. South Lafourche still leading as we come to our 60-second rounds. Thibodaux, you get first choice of categories. You have Oklahoma, Circle, Life Science, or Potpourri.
Circle of Life Science. Which one's circle? Circle of Life Science. We'll take circle, please.
All right. I want you to identify the term designating the following aspects of a circle. Good luck. Polygon is to perimeter as circle is to?
Circumference.
Correct. Point equidistant from each point on the circle.
Center.
That's right. Line that touches a circle in exactly one point.
Tangent.
That's right. Area of a circle whose radius is r.
Pi r squared.
Correct. Portion of the circumference of a circle.
Arc.
Correct. Line segment joining 2 points on the circumference through the center.
Chord.
No. Line segment joining 2 points on the circumference not through the center.
Chord.
Correct. Straight line intersecting 2 points of the circle.
Pass.
Ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter.
Pi.
That's right. Distance from the center to the circumference.
Radius.
That's right. Got 8 right for 16 points. South Lafourche, here you go. Line segment joining 2 points on the circumference through the center.
Diameter.
That's right. Straight line intersecting 2 points of the circle. Answer?
Secant.
It is secant. Got both of them for 4 points. You guys know your circles. All right, South Lafourche, Oklahoma, Life Science, or Potpourri?
Science. Life
This is going to beat you, too.
Life science.
All right. You have 60 on the clock. Good luck. What's the scientific name for the lower jaw of a vertebrate animal?
Mandible.
That's right. What compound is the main constituent of an eggshell?
Calcium. Chloride.
That's right. At what point do the ulna and the radius meet the humerus?
Elbow.
That's right. Give the common name for the muscles in the back of the thigh that bend the knee.
Hamstring.
That's right. What's the common alphanumeric name for riboflavin?
B2.
Correct. Incisors cut or tear food. Which teeth grind food?
Molars.
That's right. Conifers are by far the most abundant tree in what 5-letter biome?
Taiga.
That's right. Man has 7 bones in his neck. How many does a giraffe
7.
have? That's right. What 2-word area of study focuses on organisms in the ocean?
Marine biology.
Correct. What type of skeletal joint allows movement in all directions?
Ball and socket.
You got 10 out of 10. You get a 3-point bonus. Very good. All right. With that, we will take a break. More South Louisiana Quiz Bowl in just a moment.
South Louisiana Quiz Bowl Online is made possible by the generous support of these sponsors. MC Bank, sharing the hometown spirit since 1955. Lapco Manufacturing, modern industrial workwear. Barker Honda, Martin Luther King Boulevard in Houma. It's better at Barker. Houma Paint and Industrial Supply, proud supporter of education in the Bayou region. DHD Offshore Services, personnel for inshore and offshore projects. DHD, a workforce that soars.
South Lafourche leads Thibodaux in this elimination game in the Varsity quarterfinals. Last round is 2-point toss-ups. Good luck. One of his poems opens, 5 years have passed, 5 summers with the length of 5 long winters. Another begins, I wandered lonely as a cloud. Named this author of the poems, The World is Too Much for Us and Tintern Abbey. Corbin.
John.
No, sorry. Thibodaux. Harold.
Smith.
No, William Wordsworth. This document begins with a vow to begin unrestricted submarine warfare and offers to help Drew.
Wilhelm II.
No, help to recover Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona if U.S. neutrality ended. Jaden.
Zimmerman telegram.
That's correct. Jefferson Davis and Salmon Chase opposed it, while Daniel Webster and Henry Clay supported this group of 5 bills that helped delay the Civil War for a decade. Name this series of resolutions that included the fugitive Harold.
Missouri Compromise.
Sorry, no. Included the Fugitive Slave Act and the admission of California to the Union as a free state. It was the Compromise of 1850. Nabisco named a brand of shortbread cookies after this heroine because such treats were considered to be of Scottish origin and the literary character symbolized, Harold?
Debbie.
No, symbolized Scotland. Named this title character of an R.D. Blackmore novel subtitled A Romance of Exmoor. Corbin.
Oreo.
No, it's Lorna Doone. As a child, this god's mother scolded him for either eating dirt or stolen butter. Looking into his mouth, she saw the whole... Cameron.
Shiva.
No, she saw the whole universe. Named this flute-playing 8th avatar of Vishnu, who, in the Bhagavad Gita, acts as Arjun's charioteer. Adrian.
Krishna.
It is Krishna. Some scholars believe it to be the Talmudic ruins in northern Israel. Where are the forces of good and evil going to meet, according to the Bible? Harold.
Jerusalem.
No, sorry. Corbin.
Armageddon.
That's correct. This was the year when the later elected president used the phrase 1,000 points of light. Indiana Senator Dan Quayle was elected vice president in what year, during which the incumbent vice president defeated Michael Dukakis? Adrian.
1990.
No, sorry. South Lafourche. Corbin.
1991.
1988. I had to go back a little bit. In 1794, Robespierre, who had sent many to the guillotine, was himself guillotined as part of what response to the Reign of Terror, named for a summer month in the French Republican calendar? Harold?
May.
No, sorry. South Lafourche. It was the Thermidorian reaction. He led his 1920s Cotton Club band with visual gestures from the piano. Although Billy Strayhorn actually wrote the jazz standard Take the A Train, it's now most associated with which band leader who performed it? Owen.
Miles Davis.
No, sorry. South Lafourche. It was Duke Ellington. This term describes the most common bookkeeping system, which considers the 2 sides, credit and debit, of a business transaction. What's it called? It is double entry bookkeeping. Reading a book, magazine, or newspaper in bed can often help a person fall asleep, but using a tablet, smartphone, or computer usually doesn't help because they can suppress levels of what hormone? Drew?
Serotonin.
No, sorry. Owen.
Melatonin.
Melatonin. That's where we're going. 5 real-life pirates are named in this novel, among them William Kidd, Blackbeard, and Edward England. Its chapter titles include I Go to Bristol, What I Heard in the Apple Barrel, and the last, Harold?
Treasure Island.
That's correct. It began as a petition of a state to be admitted to the Union in 1818. A bill was introduced in Congress in 1819. The bill was delayed because a question was raised concerning the abolition of slavery in the territory. Maine entered the Union as a free state as a result of what legislation? Harold?
Missouri Compromise.
Now's the time for that one. In Inuit mythology, Amarok is a giant specimen of this creature. In Norse myth, one named Fenrir will devour Cameron.
Wolf.
That's right. Its first run was on Fox from 2002 to 2016. Celebrities mentored, viewers called and texted, and Simon was often insulting. What TV reality show launched Carrie Underwood's musical career? Cameron.
America's Got Talent.
That's incorrect. Thibodaux. Adrian.
American Idol.
That's right. According to the National Council of Marketing and Public Relations, while the words free and new are commonly used in advertising, what personal pronoun is the most powerful for attracting consumers? Owen?
You.
That's right. The Colosseum was built between AD 70 and 80. Construction was started by which Roman emperor? Drew?
Augustus.
No, sorry. Give it up. Adrian?
Constantine.
No, it's Vespasian. And that is the end of the game. South Lafourche is our winner, and they advance into the semifinals. We say goodbye to Thibodaux for this season. Only senior, Harold Brook. Dude, you've been here a long time. We're going to miss you. Enjoy the rest of your senior year. Only senior on the team, so Thibodaux's got a lot coming back next year. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week on South Louisiana Quiz Bowl. Good night.